Hi friends, this is Gail O'Neill, and I teach stamping. I hope you enjoy. So you can see some of the backgrounds I played with, and that's all done with ink cubes, and it's fun. So I started out, I had seen Rena Krupski. I saw her video, and she actually made wood planks. This doesn't look like what she did, but she did draw the lines in, and she did much less than I did or something. I don't know. It looks different. But then I saw Jennifer McGuire. So she did this whole other thing. One of my cards I kind of got from her, but I didn't go into as much detail. You'll see it. But it's really fun and easy to make all these different backgrounds with ink cubes. So I'm going to show you a couple cards. Here's one, and I'm doing one similar to this, but you know how I say, and underneath I had done it like Rena did, but you know how I always say that I hang my cards up and I look at them and sometimes I see something different? You'll see what I did with that one. And then this one over here is the one that Jennifer McGuire, she didn't do it of course with this background, but I got the idea from her. And this is from that fishing set, and I cut them out of paper that I did the background on. So it was, I think, Old Olive, and then I swiped Old Olive on it, and then I just colored those. So I'll save the rest for later. But let me show you. And I'm not sure if this mat is going to work. It is a mat for doing like watercoloring and whatever, but we'll soon find out. So this is just a 1-inch strip, and I did this, it was a scrap actually from watercolor paper. So that's what you use unless you want it smaller, but the cubes are about 1 inch. So if I take the crumb cake and you start off the paper, and that's going to be a little heavy. It's usually better when your cubes aren't as wet. A couple of them I re-inked, and I think I am going to use paper. And then you can just swipe. Yeah, I think I'm going to put paper underneath when I finish this one. So there's one. It'll dry a little bit lighter. So let me just clean this off, and then I'm going to switch. Where's my spray bottle? Right in front of me. Okay. I'm going to get rid of this whole thing, although it supposedly doesn't glare either. Oh, there's my other scrap. But it also limits me for the swiping because it's a smaller. But I had that set so I'd be in camera the whole time. So we'll see. Okay, so that was one. Now if you take colored paper, I've got a cover, there it is. So on the blue, we'll do the balmy blue. Go the other direction too. Then I have a variety to use later. Yeah, Rena took like a marker, and then she made her little lines, and she put the nails in. But mine were not looking like that. So I just kind of did it a little different. And then if I had a lot of space like that, I just went back a little bit. And it's better to do this a little bit larger and then cut it down when you're going to use it. So that way if anything comes out uneven, you can chop that off. Okay, but then, so you can take, let me do this one. I mean, you saw on the other thing, I'm not really good at, you know, doing the blocks, but if you're, I don't know, maybe this will help. Here I go, experimenting with my friends. And then you can do different colors, but you get a different texture because these aren't the sponge. I don't know. It's a whole different texture. It's something to play with. I'm not very good at that one. That was Jennifer McGuire. Okay, so she also did some like, let me do it on white. She did some like swiping of different colors. Of course, these aren't going to match. Wrong color, but so, and then she would do like a cutout of a circle and put something in behind it. So you should watch her video. It was pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, so I'm going to get to the cards and then I'll show you some of the other ones I did, because I do have to do the inking on these too. So here's the one that I'm doing, but you see how that evolved? That's like my thinking. That's how I create. I like hang it up on the wall and then I see something different. So we're going to do the second one. And I did do it, I don't know if I put it in here, but this one I did on the shimmery white. Let's see. Did I put any in here? Yep. And let's hope it's the right size. Perfect. Okay. I don't know why I have so many. That's the back. I'll put these aside. I might need them. And hopefully this will come out perfect. So I went sideways on that. And the color is definitely a little brighter on the shimmery. So I'm going to have to put, like, color the colors on these, because the ones I made, like, they all look alike. I mean, I did write it on here. Okay, so this one I did all in blues. And it goes pretty fast. On the other mat, it doesn't slip like this. So few that I had to turn over was because all of a sudden it slipped and I had this big line. Okay, so that's the background. Then I took the guy, the Papa, and it was Sailing Home and A Good Man were the two sets I used on that. So I did actually stamp it on the first one. I stamped it first and then cut it, but we'll see how that goes. So I'm going to turn it as if it's on, and then try to stamp him straight. I missed his arm. Good thing I cut two. And that's why I like the the photopolymer, because then you can see. Okay, so we want him straight. That's weird. I'll draw that in. Maybe I didn't ink it twice. I don't know. But this is like, it's soft. Okay, so he's going on just like that. So I kind of laid him here. And then I took the sailboat and I stamped one. And then I stamped the other one. And that one can be partially out of sight. Out of sight, out of mind. I'll get rid of that. And we will put that together. Wow, I just changed this and it's like not cooperating. So you want it even on the bottom. What'd I get? So today I dropped my, like a whole shelf fell over. And I dropped a very heavy-duty paper cutter. Fell off the whole cart and landed on, it hit my right leg and cut my left foot. So I was sitting with ice packs on both. And then a few minutes ago, I put peppermint oil on my neck, and then I touched my face. Why? I don't know, but my lips were burning. So I'm having one of those days. So then this one, and we're just gonna and I think I am not going to put this down with the heavy duty because I might change it. I was a little uneven on that one. So that's the card. Oh, I could do the inside too. We'll put a little sailboat. Whoa. So I like number 2 better than number 1, but number 1 was definitely different. So there are those, plus that one. Okay, so that one's done. Put that down, get rid of this. Okay, then I can get rid of that. So for this one I used Daisy Lane. And also from Rooted in Nature, You Are Wonderful. So we're going to take and stamp 2 daisies. Do you want to see the card first? That's the card. That is the card. So I'm going to stamp 2 daisies, and in order to use the punch properly, you want to make sure your petals are up and down. Whoa, I'll do that here. one of the new colors, Terracotta Tile. And the punch. Here I am. I'm in a mess again. Woe is me. So line that baby up. Wow, I am not seeing right. Okay. So then we're just going to take some glue and put that one on the bottom. Get that ready. And then I took some dark mango melody and just colored in that center a little bit. Nothing fancy. Okay, so we're going to do take all this out. Okay, these, they're right there. So when I start looking for them, there they are. Okay, so this one I did with soft suede, and we're going to go sideways. Well, up and down. No matter what, you're going up and down. Oh. The devil made me do it, Mommy. Don't you wish these fit better? I want them to snap on. Okay, so did I cut that down? That doesn't need to be. So I'm going to go ahead and put that down, and then we have to do a little embossing. I don't know why I didn't do it in advance. Because maybe somebody hasn't seen embossing on vellum. So we'll do it together. Okay, so that's ready. And that's ready. So then we have a piece of vellum. And I'm going to take the embossing buddy. Let's make sure I'm on the right side, and I wasn't. So I'm going to take the embossing buddy, and some Versamark and some black. So we're going to stamp that down in the Versamark. Guess I didn't clean it. Let's see if I can be neat. Nope. Oh, did you see me do that? I would have been crazy. Okay, watch the magic. It still has dots. Okay, now I'm happy. Okay, so vellum does warp a little bit. And when I put this down the first time, I did with a sponge and the glue, but I'm not going to do that because if you can see here, it ended up, it did show. Not bad, but it did show. So I'm going to try something a little different, and I'll put my little decorations a little different. So I'm going to put some glue in each corner, and then I'm going to put some on the word, because that you're not going to see from underneath. And then I'm going to hold it for an hour. You ready? Okay. That went fast. So this I put a few dimensionals. And you could really get away with one, but you know how I love using a lot. They're my favorite things. There went my nail polish. So, oh, that one shows. Nah. Oh well. So that goes there, and then these get tucked in. And these were from, if you can see it slightly, it was from one of those sheets. So they're automatically two-tone. I just didn't glue that together too even. It needed an extra twist. I'm just putting one spot. Okay, and then we'll put some of these, and these are coming out in the new catalog. Now we'll do that one. So we're going to cover up that spot. Did I put? Nope, I didn't. Okay, so then the terracotta again. That way. Yeah, that way. And we'll put that down. Oh, I think it's upside down. No, it's not. I don't know. How'd I do these? Oh, you didn't see this one yet. Yeah, it's right. No, it's wrong. I had it upside down. Yeah, I did that upside down. Okay, I thought it looked funny, but then it didn't. So here's another peek at another one I did with that same set. So we have those two. Oh, what a day. I swear I wasn't drinking. Okay, so this go up there. So this was the piece that I cut that out of. This can go, and let's see, I'll do this one. This was pretty easy. Okay, so Rooted in Nature and Let It Ride are the two sets. So what I did with this one is I just need to find the right colors. Sierra Sand. I wasn't sure what I was gonna play with. Okay, it was the Soft Sea Foam and the Balmy Blue. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be coloring the tops of these, except that's, I don't know if it'll stick to that. All right, so we want the bottom to be sea foam. So I'm going to line that up, get rid of that, move that. Oh, Gail. Okay, I'm going to freehand that a little bit. And then the Balmy Blue. Where's me horses? Ta-da! Jeez. Okay. So this one was Mossy Meadow. So I stamped that all over. And then I took the brown. This is the Early Espresso. The brush side you want, and I went right over that bottom and then kind of just brought it up a little bit where you can see some branches. And then stamped it half and half. You see how that comes out when you use the two colors? So then you can really see some of the branches. And then I stamped this in Soft Suede, the horses. And I took Be Strong, Be Happy, Be You. Stamp that right there. And then I took the dark crumb cake and just colored that in a little bit. And a little bit of light old olive and just made a little bit of the grass. And I could have done that in other spots, but I didn't feel like it. Okay, so this gets mounted onto Mossy Meadow. I'm mad at that refill. And then we're gonna put a few, a lot. Oh, one more. And that's going to go right onto there. We're going to get a clean workspace there. So that's that card. And for my last trick of the night, we're using Animal Outing. Oh, and new Hostess set. I didn't leave it out, and I don't remember the name, but I absolutely love it. It's all flowers and leaves. So I pre-did this one, and this was actually, I don't even remember what we called it, but I cut up pieces and use it just when I'm mailing things that I have to protect a card. But so it's like more yellowy than our vanilla, and it's a little more like, it's not the smooth like our cardstock is. So you'll see like a little bit of difference there. And I kind of do like the texture that comes out on regular cardstock, but this is on the smooth. So I already pre-cut that, and then I pre-cut one that's going to go right there. And I used Old Olive, which I didn't bring out. Okay. So I stamped one there. Okay, so there's that. And then we're going to take this and just stamp a little bit there. And then I'm going to take a black marker and fix that spot. Okay, so then I used our great strips. These are so awesome. And you don't have to worry about them touching because you're not making a shaker card. So don't you worry about that. Just get it down. And sometimes I tear it, but then it stretches. But this is kind of rippable, I'll say. And I think I'm going to put an extra line down the sides to make it a little bit more sturdy. And then we'll put a piece there and another, stay down. And then I'll use that maybe. Okay. And I want the cover to that before my hand goes in it, or ink gets on any of my stuff. Yeah, after my lives and I look at my cards and I go, oops, that hit the pad. Should try my trick with this. Oh, I almost ripped that right in half. It would just finish my day if that happened. Okay, so it's opening. I did rip it. All right, so that's gonna go. I'm on a live, hun.
Okay.
Just press the popcorn button and start, and it does it all by itself. He doesn't know how to make popcorn. So then that went right in there. And I will color this in case somebody is watching who doesn't know what the blends do. Oh, you know what I did do though? I cut off the bird. So let me show you. I cut off the bird and I cut off the bottom. And I did find out after playing with all my scissors that the Stampin' Up scissor is really the best for fussy cutting. I mean, I thought I was saving my hands because they hurt so bad, but I do use my other one when I'm cutting other things, but my fussy cutting is much better with these scissors. And I'm going to leave the top. So I trim the tail a little bit. Just like trim the tail on the donkey. Okay. So with the blends, we're going to go in the dark areas. He's killing me. And then we'll take the light, blend that in. And then I did a lot of coloring and then went back and did more of the shading. So we're just going to get this guy colored in. Maybe it'll be easier if I use the side. I don't like the side as much when I'm blending though. And then for my, do I have the light? For this, I did that, and then I took the blender lifter and I lifted a lot of it. Because no way can their horn be the same color. So that's going to lighten up a little bit more. And then we're going to do a little bit of shading. And I try to look like where, like one foot would be over the other. And trust me, I'm not great at this. I watch like some of the other people when they do their shading and everything just pops and moves, and like, really? How do they do that? I do the old fake it till you make it. So I'm just going to blend that in a little bit. And then right there. Oh, and around his nose. I like to go around his nose. My luck, it'll look like snot. Okay. I could have done a little bit more by his ears, but I want to get him finished. And you can always go back and like do a few, like make light spots by using the lifter. It's like a reverse shading. Oh, you know what I want to do too? If you left any white, and on this I left more than I did on the other one, because I didn't go around this as much. So then you just kind of, it finishes it off if you cover that where you cut. Color his tail. Be careful if you do the blends on other things. Like I usually use the markers to do that, like this finishing, because sometimes depending on what cardstock you're using, this will just suck right up into it and you're like, oh. Okay, so then I just put some, oh, I never closed it. It's good. Oh gosh. So there it is. Little crooked. Oh, I never did the inside of those. I'll throw some color in. But there's a stamp that does that too. But I am going to fix... let me do it with the other side. So this is the basic black marker. And you can just... fill in, and the average eye will never know. And I kind of do dots because I'm not very good at drawing. So there's the one they've been done in, and I'll go ahead and do the other one. So that's what I have for you tonight. I'm going to bring everything back. Get rid of some of the mess. Oh, I have to show you the other cards too, don't I? So there's my horsey one with the wood grain background. And there's a floral. And with this one, this was on the soft sea foam, and then I stamped some of the leaves in the background, and of course this beautiful flower. Okay, that one you saw me do. This one I showed you, and then there was this one, and I must have colored the fish about 3 times before I really liked it. And if you look close, I stamped the guy fishing very light. I just wanted him to be a background. So this one, oh, the daisies, that one, and then this one. So there are my cards, and thanks for joining me tonight, and I will see you on Wednesday. Good night, everybody. Thank you.